Hey, everybody. Well, it's been a little while since I put out a video to send out to my database, my friends, past clients, everybody. So wanted to give you an update, tons of questions about what's happening in the real estate market. I'm sure you've seen stuff on the news about things changing. And in essence, it's a very slight change. But I want to give you some updates, show you really what's happening in the real estate market. This video is going to take about 15 minutes. If you got time to watch it right now, that's great. If you have time to come back and visit, that would be good. Real estate is just right above talking about insurance. So, just want to give you some information to answer some questions for you. So I went out, got a couple of new titles, I guess you would say, accredited buyer's representative with all these things coming through. I just sat through that course, and I got the resort and second home marketing specialist designation too. Again, more knowledge just to keep up with what's happening in our real estate market. So I already had the certified home marketing specialist, and senior real estate specialist is, one of the things I specialize in. So, if you're thinking about moving here, this is going to be on YouTube. So I'm going to address it to my database and YouTube. So if you're thinking about moving here and you're not sure where to start, I got all the resources for you to help you. Movers, do you call a real estate agent first? Do you do both? If you're up north, one of the things I highly recommend for you to do is ditch your furniture, because it's so expensive to move it here, and you're going to get here and then ditch it anyway because you're going to go with light and bright here. So I highly recommend that you don't pay the cost of moving it all the way down here. So when do I move and what do I do with my stuff? That's one of the answers right there. So trying to get to Florida, relax, no more yard work. If you're living in one of these nice gated 55 plus communities, it's pretty amazing. I love it. Florida native, born and raised in St. Petersburg, still here. So, and I absolutely love it. So now some of the real news, because I'm seeing tons of videos out on YouTube, these young guys that were probably 5 years old in 2008 when the real crash happened. So I want to answer some of the questions that they're talking about on their videos. So our sales are still good. Back in when the whole COVID thing started, everybody started running to Florida. So basically the end of 2020, 2021, and into March of 2022, our home prices had escalated 28.4%. Now, this is not scientific data. You might say they went up 27.2% or 35%. But from the research that I saw, from what I read, we were up about 28.4% in prices over 2020. So a huge jump. Okay. So then in 2023 and into 2024, we've given up about 18% of that on resales. So the resale market is coming this way. Now, that's not for every community. That's not for every home. Some communities might be flat. Some might still be creeping up. But in general, from the peak of the market, we've come down about 18% in our prices. Okay. That's resale. Now, builders, depending on the builder, they're still inching their prices up. But what they're doing when they inch their prices up, they're giving incentives again. I've been in communities where they're giving up to $35,000 towards closing costs and upgrades if you use their lender, if you do this, if you do that. So when the builders are offering large incentives, that means that the market is pulling back a little bit and they're trying to reel people in. Remember, if you're thinking about selling, I always use the analogy, it's like fishing, okay? We're out, we're on the water, we put something on the line, we throw it in, we're not sure what we're gonna catch, but we're looking for a bite. And that's just what you're doing when you're putting a price on your home to sell it. You're out there fishing, not sure who's gonna bite on the bait. You're not sure why they're going to bite. Is it the price, the location, the upgrades, all of the above? But it's almost exactly the same thing. You're just out there hoping something's going to bite. So it's very important to have the right bait on the hook, which is your price. Super important. So now, again, the videos I'm watching, these guys are saying our inventory has increased by 500%, by 1,000%. Well, guess what? In the end of 2021 and into 2022, we were down to less than 3 weeks of resale inventory. 6 months of inventory is considered normal. We had 3 weeks of inventory. So yeah, our resale inventory has skyrocketed from 3 weeks of inventory. Basically, I would look in a particular area, a particular zip code, and like 7 houses would pop up there for a little while because average days on the market was 4 days and they'd have 16 offers on a house. So you got to kind of put everything together. You got to answer all the questions when you say inventory is up by 500%. So there it is, 4 days on the market. Now we're seeing days on market at 70, 80, 90 days, which I spoke to somebody I work with and have worked with in the past, agent. We used to put out videos and mail out cards and things like that when we sold a house in 60 days, 90 days. That was a big deal. So we're coming all the way back around, full circle. Our inventory's up to maybe a little over 6 months of inventory, which is normal, okay? And we're starting to see days on market climb, but that's basically because people are getting really bad advice on pricing. Just had a house on my street close. Unfortunately, it wasn't mine, but it sold for $695. Lady on the corner just put hers on the market, smaller house, not on the lake, not upgraded, for $875. Now, who's giving her that advice? I mean, really, $875. Smaller house, not upgraded, not on the lake. You got to know who you're talking to. So, biggest competition right now, builders. They're flooded with inventory because they're building all these spec homes. They're inventory homes, they call them. They've picked out the lot, they picked out the model, they've picked out the upgrades, and they basically put a price on it and said, hey, come and get it. So they have flooded our MLS with inventory that they have. So here we are. Again, not science here in general. I looked from 500,000 up to 1.8 million when I did this. So back in 2022, the beginning of 2022, the first quarter, average home in Sarasota County, 976. Average resale in 2024, 895. So we talked about the percentage, about 18% down from where we were. Again, not exact numbers. Don't keyboard warrior me to death. You know, that's not right. So this is in general. Okay. All right. Sales up or down in 2024. Interest rates are still 6.5, 6.75. Slow birds, I quit calling them snowbirds. I call them slow birds now. Interest rates around 8%. A lot of those folks are coming down here, though, and paying cash, so they're not worried about the interest rates. Some buyers are just flat priced out of the market. Consequently, you're seeing a cajillion apartments being built, and they're trying to brainwash that generation of people coming through, the 20-somethings right now. Don't ever own real estate, rent. Why you want that responsibility of owning a house? What could possibly happen? You build up equity, you pay for it, and you sell it and make money. Why would you want to do that? So that's what's going on with all the apartments, because they want people to rent and pay their mortgages. That's what they want. So yes, our insurance is up. It's not up 50%, 100%. We're up about 20% in the cost of what you paid last year to this year. Mine went up $300 from 2022 actually into 2023. I haven't seen an increase for 2024. So Yeah, we had some storms come through. We had some devastating storms that passed very close to us and did a lot of damage in the state of Florida. Hey, guess what? There's storms headed towards Texas right now. Did you know that Texas gets hurricanes too? Louisiana gets them, Alabama, Mississippi, the other side of Florida, South Carolina and Georgia get them too. For some reason on YouTube, it seems like people believe that the only place that a hurricane comes is the state of Florida. So, yeah. All right. Sellers in this market, keep in mind, it goes from a personal, oh my gosh, we love this house. We just love it. It turns into a business decision for you. And I put on here, I just picked out two names, John and Mary Inc. It's a business decision now. So from the time you are ready to sell that house, it's costing you money. I don't care what it is, your power, your water, your security system, your insurance, your property taxes. If you have a mortgage, you're throwing money out because you've decided to sell. So the quicker, faster that you can sell and get under contract and get a closing date, the more that money you save. Correct? Yes, that is the correct answer. And trust me, I'm a real estate agent, but I know it's no fun having people walk through your house for 90 days, keeping it immaculately clean and having people traipse through your house and having to leave your house and do all that. I know that's not fun. So you want to get the highest possible price for it in the current market we're in and get under contract, get it done. Okay. So remember that. Now it's all about John and Mary, Steve and Susan, whoever, John and Kathleen Inc. It's a business decision now. Okay, where are prices headed? Interest rates are still up. I don't see them dropping drastically. I think we're going to be in the sixes for a while. Fear, it's an election year, the economy, what's going to happen. Buyers are on the sidelines waiting, hoping interest rates are going to come down and prices all at the same time. Guess what? Once interest rates drop, there's 3 times as many buyers competing for the homes that are out there, right? So buyers and sellers trying to time the market. Sellers are trying to wait, if interest rates come down, then we can sell this one. We could get our next house. It doesn't work. It does not work. So our prices are still up 10 to 15% from where we were in 2020. Inventories are growing quickly. Now there's some communities. I have one down in Nokomis, South Creek. It's the only home on the market. It took us, I think it was 90 days to get a contract on that one. Maybe not that long, but it took us a while to get a contract on it. But it was the only home in the community. There's communities that you can go to in Lakewood Ranch. They're going to have 30 homes on the market. So it just depends on where you are. Demand is still good. People are still buying. Homes are selling. Pricing, very important. Okay. So real quickly, this is the way you should fundamentally look at pricing your home. Okay. Start off with how many, find out how many buyers are in the market and how much it's going to cost you to sit there on the market, finding a buyer. How many number of days is the average number of days on the market? Is the average number of days in your community 60 days, 90 days, 120 days? What's the average? And your agent, hopefully me, should be able to tell you that in a heartbeat. Okay. Is it a buyer or seller's market? Which one is it right now? Again, an agent should be able to tell you that immediately. The demand for your particular community, just like I said, Nokomis, only home on the market. Del Webb, Lakewood Ranch, I think there's 32 homes on the market currently. So you got to know what's the demand for the homes in your community. How does your home compare to other homes? Updating, upgrades, there's a huge difference. Maintenance is replacing a roof. Upgrades are taking old countertops and old kitchen cabinets and replacing all of that. Updating bathrooms. Resurfacing a pool is a really maintenance type of thing, but it is an upgrade for people. Putting new impact windows in, putting a new garage door on. So there's a huge difference between maintenance. Hey, my roof is 25 years old. Can't get insurance anymore. It's maintenance. I'm going to completely gut my kitchen, put granite countertops in and all new cabinets, and completely redo it. Those are upgrades. So how do you compare in your neighborhood to other homes that have actually sold that compare to you in size? Okay. 10 to 20% plus or minus on square footage is what you want to compare yourself to. And then after you know all those things, you talk about price. Now, agents come in and they'll tell you the highest listing price. And then what happens? I'm just going to give you one example. Had a lady down in Venice. I told her $399, don't price it over that. That's where you ought to be. And you're going to sell for $365 to $375. Next agent comes in, tells her $415. Of course, for $15,000, who wins? Okay, he wins. So he's on the market a little while, $410. On the market a little while longer, $405. On the market a little while longer, $399. Guess what happened? Goes under contract like that. It's still a pending sale, but I can almost guarantee you it's going to be in that $370 range, somewhere around there. Got that one, got another one, same kind of situation. I told the lady $299. Next lady comes in, which I looked up. She had 4 total real estate sales. Tells her $325. Same thing. Drops it to $315. Drops it to $310. Drops it to $299. Sells, goes under contract right away. Now what happens is now they've been on the market for 90 days. The people are getting a little bit desperate and they'll accept a lower offer. They won't negotiate hard. Nope, I'm not coming down below this particular price. And they accept a lower offer because they've been sitting there for 90 days. They've made plans. They need to move on, but they wasted all that time being overpriced. Okay. So the last thing you think about is not necessarily listing price. What does your agent think you're going to sell for? They ought to be able to tell you that, give you a range, low, medium, high price per square foot. Where will my home sell? Don't hear the highest listing price like everybody does. Okay. So if you can imagine this being a pyramid, okay, that's your base right there. Okay. What's the number of days on the market? That's what I call acquiring a buyer. How long is it going to take me to find that buyer? But what people do is the next slide, they start with asking the agent that's sitting in front of them, what listing price are you going to put on my house? And they hear the highest one and they go with it. Okay. And then they say, what upgrades do I need to do? How do I compare? How many homes are on the market? Is it a buyer or seller's market? How many days is it going to take me to sell my house? This is costing me money. I'm sitting here on the market. So they flipped the pyramid upside down. Okay. Believe me, if you'll start this way, you'll be much more successful in this market. Okay. Sitting for 3 years in your house. This is an example. This is using Sarasota County numbers. Property taxes, $21,000 over 3 years. Homeowners insurance, $9,000, $7,000 for maintenance, utilities, HOAs. That's probably low. Roof replacement. That was my cost of replacing my roof. That was 2 years ago. And a mortgage. If you've got a mortgage, that adds another $72,000 to the money you're putting out. So you could end up spending over a 3-year period, another $146,000 to stay in your house or sell now. If you've got plans to sell, why not keep that 146 in your pocket, right? Plus, prices are going to be going down. Okay. I don't know if they're going to decline by 15%, but they're going to continue to go down as our inventory goes up. We only have so many buyers, so we're going to see a decrease in our values. All right. This is kind of what it looks like. We're in 2024, possible 2025 right here. Once we do normally take a slide like this, we flatten out for typically 8 to 12 months, and then we start climbing back up. Okay. Normal appreciation on single family homes in this area, 4.1%. That's normal. Okay. So if this works out to be true, you could be 6 years down the road before you're at the price where you're at right now. 6 years. You're thinking 3, You're down here still at the bottom. All right. So your goal, selling for top dollar, current market conditions, assessing the value of your home compared to other homes that have actually sold. Be realistic. Look at the pictures of their home that a realtor can show you. Is our home as upgraded as theirs? Selling at the correct selling price, the most important, and calculating your equity. How much will you walk away with after everything is said and done? How much money am I going to make on this sale? Is that enough for you to do the next phase that you're looking to do? Okay. Very important. If your agent can't sit there and do a net sheet for you in front of you in less than 5 minutes, you might be talking to the wrong person. Okay. So selling for top dollar in the least amount of time, living out your dream, whatever that is. Are you moving into a retirement community? Are you moving back up north to be closer to kids? Are you downsizing? Are you moving into a 55 plus community? Are you moving into an active adult golfing pickleball community? Well, whatever it is, I'm here to help. I'm here to answer your questions. But this is what's going on really in the real estate market. It's not a crash. We're not going to see 2008. In 2008, they were giving money away. You didn't even have to 2005, 6, and 7. You didn't even have to qualify for a mortgage. You could say, hey, I'm making $100,000 a year. Oh, okay, sign right here. We'll give you a mortgage. That's all you had to do. So that all came from, guess who? The government trying to increase. They have an exact percentage of where home ownership should be in the United States when the economy is really good. They know precisely where it should be. Well, one of our presidents that one time was the governor in Arkansas decided he wanted to bump that up by a couple of percent. So what did they do? They started giving away money, and it just kept snowballing and snowballing, and it just kept rolling. And that's what happened. Okay. So our market has been primarily cash. Yes, prices are higher, but a lot of that was driven by people coming here, losing their mind and paying $100,000 over the listing price on a house, waiving appraisals, waiving inspections, doing all this. So don't blame it on the market when people were doing this crazy stuff. Okay. I told people not to do it. I told them not to come here from like October of 2021 through March of 2022. Yes, and I sell real estate for a living. I was telling people, don't come here now, because all you're going to do is put your name on a waiting list, or you're going to overpay for a house. So luckily, after March of 2022, things started shifting back to normal again. I'm here for you. I'm always around to answer questions. If you're getting this in my database, you're getting my email, my cell phone number. You can call, text, email me. You can schedule an appointment with me. There's a link down there called Calendly. You can schedule an appointment with me. If you're on YouTube, this is the kind of information I put out all the time for baby boomers, for people who are relocating here, for seniors who are moving into retirement communities. I put this information out 2 to 3 times a week. So hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll see these videos pop up. All right. Have any questions? I'm here for you. I would love to help you find or sell a home here in the greater Sarasota area. I'm available basically 7 days a week. I'm a nut. You can reach me all the time. Okay. I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to helping you find your home or sell your home here in paradise. God bless. Thanks. Bye-bye.